Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing great and you have had a wonderful Christmas and a New Year. And I'm very happy to see you here. Today's video will be a prediction video for the country of Russia. And before we begin, I just have to make a little announcement for you viewers because I had some strange comments on a couple of my videos and I want to clarify some things. Since this video is about the country of Russia and we hear a lot about Russia lately, I want to say that I am not Russian, I don't speak Russian, I've never been to Russia, I have no Russian friends, and Putin definitely do not pay me to do these videos. In case you don't like anything about Russia, please don't watch this video. I say what I see, I don't take no part of nobody, and in case something I say in this video will offend you in some way, I don't know how, but if it does, please keep to your BBC, CNS or another news channel. You don't have to watch this if you get upset. That's what I have to stay clear. I am from Sweden and I live in Sweden, so now you know. Well, that was that little statement, and to do this video about the country of Russia, I'm gonna use my crystal ball, my tarot cards, my oracle cards and some dice. And before we begin, I just have to say a short explanation for the new viewers here. I'm going to use the crystal ball, and it is a quartz crystal ball, and the quartz crystals are very good conductors of energy, and they like catch the energy that is out there and transmit it to me, the receiver, and I can get the information as something I see, something I hear, feel, taste or smell. So whatever comes to me, I will say it to you. And before we begin, I also need to concentrate for a few moments on this crystal ball and ask the powers, the forces to be with us, so the information that comes can be so accurate as possible and good information for everyone. So please give me just a moment, I will concentrate on my crystal ball and soon we'll begin. I just have to mention, I'm gonna make these videos about different countries for 6 months. Since time is very difficult to predict on for anyone who do readings or a medium, anyone in these fields, it's very difficult for us to give you an exact time. So even if I say a time frame of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, it's always an approximate. Even if the things may not have happened within that time frame, if the vision is very strong, there is a very high probability that it will occur. Now, we're gonna start to see if we can find some information about the country of Russia. We all know that the country of Russia is in a conflict at the moment, and they are mobilizing the troops. I see troops moving all around the country and all around the borders. They are like regrouping themselves. Their leader is a strong leader, and of, for the most of the Russian people, I will not say everyone, because you cannot be loved by everyone, but many Russians do like the leader, and they look up to him. I see him, Mr. P, in meetings with different leaders from different countries. And they are making deals and they are making arrangements. And it's like the country is getting stronger with more alliances with countries that are not considered Western countries, but still they are very important countries. The conflict with the country U will not last so much longer. It's the longer it lasts, the more it drains Western countries out of money, out of ammunition, you can say. Nobody likes a war, especially not the civilians, who are always the victims in a conflict. Doesn't matter if it's country U or country R or whatever country that is involved. It always the normal people, the civilians, that will be the ones that suffer most. And people are tired everywhere. In Russia and other countries, they don't want conflict. But still, I see everything is building up. The conflict will continue maybe 1, 2, maximum 3 more months, and then it's like over. And it goes from one day conflict, other day over. When this conflict will be over, a lot of people will stand accountable. They will have to, as they pay for their actions. So there will be tribunals on many places. I don't see any scarcity in Russia. I get it, like people, most of the people, remember Russia is a very big country. It's over 200 million people living there, and in many parts they are like living their life like normal, but still everyone is talking about this conflict. And the leader, Mr. P, he's like very safely guarded, so some kind of assassination or threat, it's very unlikely it can occur. And as I said, I see alliances with different countries. Mm. Even countries that are against Mr. P, there will be alliances in secret. It's like countries having one foot in the West, one foot with him. So on the outside they say no, 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 we are against Mr. P, we are pro country U, and so on. But in secret, I see them like also making deals with Mr. P. Um, could be in the northern part of Russia, some kind of meteor or some space rock, not very big, will come down and with a bang. I don't see any dead people or hurt people. It will be more in a remote area, but still it will be recorded. There's the restrictions against Russia will keep going for a while, but it looks like at the end of this year everything is open again. Yeah, they are mobilizing troops, recruiting new people. And since the country is, you can say, at war, a lot of young people who doesn't want to go to war, they will try to escape to other countries because they don't want to be soldiers, both men and women. There will be some new reforms, April, May, for the people in Russia. Some social reforms that will make life easier for those who have not so much money, the poor population. And in country Russia, more money will also be given for the culture. Could be music, dance, art, this kind of things. Some engineers in Russia, and they will find a way to build houses from different kind of material than normally built houses, and houses that can sustain very cold weather to a very low price. And these houses can be built very quickly. Of a couple of weeks, a lot of houses can be built with this technique. And it will come into practice a lot of places in Russia, but it will also be exported to other countries. secret documents, secret, you can say, evidence, papers, very important information anyway, is already like handed over to trusted people on the West to be published quite shortly. I cannot see exactly when. Could be in a couple of weeks, couple of months, but it's very important information. The people of Russia are strong people and they are very proud of their country, and the Russian spirit is different, it's of a special kind, and it cannot be erased even if many people would like it to. I also see stricter laws for criminals. And there are a lot of, we all have heard about Russian mafia, Russian mob, Russian this and that. And there will be stricter rules for those people involved in criminal activity. And there will be a search for them, and a lot of those people will be caught and justice will be made. In Kremlin in Moscow, there will be a big meeting with many leaders from all kinds of places in the world, even the Western world. I feel it's still chilly in the air, and this meeting is very important, and it's about peace, like laying down the weapons. Yeah. So this meeting will come up, and I see all these heads of different states signing very important documents. The Russian Federation will grow. Could be a couple of countries that want to join and be a part of it. Yeah. Well, that's what I could see in the crystal ball. Let's continue to the cards. And I need to shuffle them a little bit. And ask the power, the forces to be with us, so we can get some good information about the country of Russia. And remember, people, this is a prediction channel. I do readings. This is not a news channel. So whatever I say here is not on the ground live reporting. Is a probability that it could occur. Even if the probability could be high in many cases, it's still not a live documentary on the ground news channel. So if you like to see news, then you are not really on the right place. But if you like spirituality and you like readings, then you are more than welcome. So, now for Russia. And it's for 6 months ahead, from January to the beginning of July, you can say. Russia. So what does the card say here? We have a castle, we have a map, I regret about, make the effort, and dies. And the card say almost the same. It will be in more investment in some kind of new way to build houses and to a low price. And it's a very good news because a lot of people can get decent homes, and it will be some kind of subvention, so they can get it very cheap, or very beneficial loans. It looks like the Russian government will make a big effort for their citizens regarding housing. And a lot of Russians, they are also very tired of the conflict, of the news, of everything. They are normal people. They too. They just want to live their lives, have their families, have their jobs, travel. But it's not possible at the moment. There are some countries that will regret that they entered in conflict with Mr. P. And they will admit it. There will be some kind of attack in Moscow. Because I see an explosion. I don't see a lot of people hurt or died, but still there will be injuries. And yeah, this could trigger something bigger, but I still don't see a great conflict with nuclear weapons and things like that. It's like it will calm down. And I see a group of 4 or 5 people involved in this attack, and they will be caught. In the springtime, beginning of summertime, I see a lot of these problems, they are like calming down, and people like relax. Finally we see an end of this big problem that is ongoing at the moment. in some parts of Siberia, they find a lot of mammoths and animal bones in the ice or frozen animals. They will make some very interesting findings with these animals in the tundra. I think it's called tundra, in the ice there, in the cold parts of Siberia. And they will find it during summertime. And it's bigger find than normal. And I also see a lot of families who lives in big cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, and so on. And they will try to move out from the cities more into the countryside because they will feel safer there than in the big cities in case of attacks or missiles and things like that. Well, I'm gonna take some last words on Russia. If there is something more to say, to be said. Some last words for the country of Russia. Some last words. Special. There will be some attacks on Russia too, but not so many. The big conflict, because those two cards symbolize war, conflict, a whip, fire, quarrels, it will come to an end. I don't think the conflict will endure so much longer, a couple of more months maximum, and it will come to an end. And as I said before, some kind of agreement, peace agreement, because I see leaders from different countries gather in the Kremlin, Moscow, and signing important peace papers. And the current leader, Mr. P in Russia, he will continue to be the leader for at least 6-7 years more. So he's not dying yet. And people in Russia who had made a lot of money on bad stuff, trafficking, drugs, and so on, there will be some kind of some kind of law that will make it easier to catch those criminals. And there will be more tribunals with those criminals, and very, very harsh punishments. Also some new rules will come for Russia regarding young couples that want to get married and start families. And it will help, rules that will help them to do that, like loans or housing or stuff like that. Or some extra money if you have children. So help for families and even help for single moms. or single dads. About religion, they have a strong Orthodox faith in Russia. And it's not like they will glorify too much the religion part, but it's a national symbol. And many countries have their religion like a national symbol, so it's not just Russia. Even if people believe in other stuff, if you have an other religion, I don't see other religions really oppressed, but it will be more focused on the Orthodox Church. So the final words. The conflict will not last forever. A couple of more months, maximum, and some kind of peace treaty will be signed. And at the end of this year, it's like things can start to become normal again. Even if there is a lot of victims on both sides of this conflict, and that hurt and that pain can never really be erased. But somehow it looks like if there will be peace, then it will also be some help or some kind of way to live with that pain without a lot of feeling of revenge, or so the war can stop and will not continue on and on and on. Yeah. Well, that was what I could see for the country Russia, and it was for approximate 6 months ahead, 2023. So January until beginning of July this year. And if you have liked what you have seen and heard, please don't forget to press like button, share button, and subscription button. And to all of you wonderful, loving and caring viewers and Russian people, take care out there, be strong, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.